Most people dream of reaching financial freedom, but never make it past the trailhead. Hiking here in the Grand Tetons reminded me, building wealth is just like climbing a mountain. It takes a plan, endurance, and the right mindset. Welcome back to Simply Money. Today I'm going to be paralleling taking a hike up here in the Grand Tetons with building financial success and becoming financially independent. We're going to look at 5 different parallels to what hiking is like versus building wealth. So the first thing is you need to plan your route, like budgeting. Before this hike, I studied the route, packed the essentials, and made sure I knew what I was getting into. Your finances need the same preparation. And I sure hope you can hear me because the wind is strong today. Here's a tip. A detailed monthly budget is your trail map. Just like hikers check mileage and elevation, check your income and expenses. If you don't know how much you're spending, you could wander off course. In 2019, I met a couple who made over $150K a year, but had no savings because they never tracked where their money went. They didn't have a budget. And just like hiking out here, if you don't have a plan, you can get lost. The second thing you need to remember is small steps equals big summits. The power of daily habits. Climbing a mountain doesn't happen in one leap. Neither does building wealth. It's one steady step after another. So the tip on this one is to automate savings and investing, no matter how small the amount. If you invest just $10 a day in the S&P 500 index fund, with an 8% average return, you'll have over $180,000 in 20 years. Here's my analogy with this one. Each switchback on this trail might seem small, but it gets me closer to the summit. Just like each paycheck can move you toward financial freedom. One baby step at a time. Start at the beginning to get to the summit. Here's a bonus tip. Always be prepared. Make a hedge against what could happen. When I'm out here in the Tetons, I always carry my bear spray. I don't expect to use it, never have. My son's a park ranger out here. He hikes hundreds of miles a year, has never had to deploy his bear spray. But when you need it, you better have it. Just like in the stock market, build a hedge. Build something to protect you just in case of that grisly old bear market. Build that hedge so you're protected against the bear markets, just like I'm protected against the grizzlies out here in the Tetons. Well, I'm a little bit out of breath on this one. But guess what? Here's another bonus tip. I'm not an expert, so I use the well-versed path. See, I just came from there. I'm going there. I'm not going off trail because I'm not an expert. In the stock market, unless you're an expert, unless you understand stocks and individual stocks, use the sure path. Use the ETFs, index funds, mutual funds. Don't try to forge your own path. Use what's worked for hundreds and thousands of people before. Stick to the path that works. It's safe, and it gets you to your destination. On the financial journey, sometimes we don't know all the answers. Just like when I'm hiking out here, there are places I want to go. I'm not sure how to get there. Thankfully, I have an expert in my home court with my son being a park ranger here. He can take me places I could never have dreamt of going myself. He knows the best routes, best times to go, and it's great just consulting him and having him by my side. I feel much more confident. You just may need that on your financial journey. If you don't feel confident alone, get your expert next to you. Get a fiduciary. Get somebody who will charge you a fee-only financial advisor who can help you along the journey and have them along your side so you feel a little safer. I feel safe out here myself, but reaching some of these higher summits, I feel much better having him with me. But guess what? He learned on his own. He's been doing it for years now. His expertise has come from learning, studying, and doing. That's the same way with me financially. I didn't consult a financial advisor. I didn't consult an expert. I've read, I've studied, I've watched hundreds of YouTube videos and others, and I've learned from them. And I've made some mistakes along the way. Just like hiking, I've made some mistakes. I remember one time I didn't pack enough water, and we got really dehydrated. Thankfully, we were in a place that wasn't too bad, but guess what? I learned my lesson. I always have plenty of water and always carry a water filter with me when hiking, so I never run out of water again. Here's another tip. Don't feel bad wherever you're at on the journey. We all started at the trailhead. Not everybody's at the summit. You can have these beautiful views from down here and enjoy it along the way. Once you reach that summit, you'll get those views as well. So just because I am a bit envious of those who are already up there, I'm going to enjoy the journey and I'll get to enjoy that same view. Don't get discouraged. We all started at the trailhead with zero balance. The first step is the most important one. Along the journey, sometimes you lose sight of the destination. You can get literally lost in the forest. You can lose sight of where it is you're going, what your goal is. Don't do that on your financial journey. Keep sight of your financial goal. Even when you get lost in the forest, you have years to go, and there's going to be lots of little forests that you have to get through. But when you get to the other side, the views are breathtaking. Well, this analogy is a little bit off, because in the stock market, we love seeing the high inclines. We love when it goes up, and we love when it goes up fast. Whereas hiking, we kind of prefer the downhill or coming through fields like that are nice and flat. They give us a nice reprieve, stress-free, time to recharge. But tell you what, we love these big inclines on the stock market. But hiking, you know what? That's where we grow too. Challenge ourselves. That's how we grow. In the stock market, that's how you grow, through those ups. But you're going to go through some valleys. You're going to go through some plateaus. And you're going to go down some. It's okay. It's part of the journey. In order for me to get to that summit, I'm going to have to go up, down, flat, many, many times. That's just like the stock market. I recovered that analogy pretty good, I think. What do you think? Well, I'm definitely out of breath now. Starting to hit some good inclines. That's part of the journey. But you know what? Another lesson, number 3, pack light. Get rid of the financial baggage. Try hiking with 60 pounds on your back. It slows you down. And it's the same with credit card debt and bad spending habits. I remember our first backpacking trip. My son and a buddy of his went on a 3-day hike, and we probably had 55 pounds each. We were so overpacked. It was ridiculous. But we learned our lesson. Get rid of the excess weight. Just like in your finances, credit cards weigh you down. They make the journey harder. Prioritize paying off high-interest debt before trying to invest aggressively. You know, a $10,000 balance on a credit card at 20% interest can cost over $2,000 a year just in interest. So we got rid of things in our pack that we didn't need, and it lightened our load. As you can see today, I'm traveling light because this is just a day trip. My pack only has water, a filter, some emergency equipment, just in case, and, of course, some good trail snacks. I'm still out of breath because at 56, I'm getting old for this stuff. But guess what? I love the journey, just like I love the journey to financial freedom. All right, tip number 4, the weather will change. So will the markets. Up here, the skies can go from sunny to stormy in minutes. The stock market's the same. I remember a trip I was here, actually went up to Lake Solitude. Here's a little picture for you. When my sister and I left the trailhead, it was 80 degrees, crystal blue skies everywhere you looked. We hiked for several hours, got up to Lake Solitude, and sure enough, that alpine lake, all of a sudden snow started coming. This was the end of June. We went from 80 degrees, got up into the higher altitude, and over the peak came snow. So that's what can happen in the stock market as well. Need to have an emergency fund and stay the course during market downturns. We didn't bail just because a little snow came. We were prepared. We threw on our heavier clothes, took a little break, got a little snack, and guess what? Just like the stock market, in 2020, the market crashed 30% and then rebounded within months. Those who stayed in saw long-term gains. When the clouds roll in, you don't run off the trail. You adjust and keep climbing. I'm a little bit out of breath. I hit some of them switchbacks that I was talking about earlier, but I'm making progress. Okay, the 5th thing is enjoy the journey, not just the summit. You don't hike just for the peak. The wildlife, the rivers, the fresh air, that's the joy of the journey. Your financial life should be the same. Balance savings with living. Budget in some fun. Travel, hobbies, experiences. The family I worked with saved aggressively, but also set aside a joy fund. $100 a month just for spontaneous moments. It kept them motivated. Whether it's enjoying these beautiful wildflowers, or sitting next to a little creek, which hopefully you can hear down in the background, or sitting on a rock looking at the views. Enjoy the journey. Your financial goals are important, and you'll get there. Just take it step by step, have a plan, stick to it, but enjoy the ride. Get there when you get there. Don't live so frugally that you miss life, and don't live so frivolously that you miss freedom. You know, along the journey, sometimes we run into signs that are a little bit scary. Maybe you see a giant grizzly paw print or a little bit of scat. Well, just like out here in the wilderness, the stock market's no different. It's not always pleasant seeing what we see. Maybe it's rumors of wars or recessions, whatever the case might be. It's kind of like seeing a pile of you-know-what out in the middle of the woods. It can be a little scary, but it's not deterring. I knew it would be out here. I'm in bear country. I know they're out here. They know I'm out here. And guess what? We respect one another. I respect the world we live in, and the markets are going to be volatile. They're going to react to the fear, the scare. I'm not. I'm going to keep on my journey and get to my destination. I'm just going to be smart along the way. See, along the journey, there's these beautiful places to just stop, rest, get refreshed, and just enjoy the opportunity to be out here. Don't let your finances control you so much that you don't enjoy your life. You don't enjoy your journey. Stop. Take a breath. Take in the moment sometimes. You have to remember life is short. You'll get there. So enjoy the journey in moments like this. Just like I planned this trail, just like I knew where I was starting, where I was going, and where I should be along the way, I had to stop every once in a while just to make sure I was on the right path and to make sure I was making progress and keep track of my time, because I have to make sure I'm descending in time to get home and back to the car in time. Your financial journey is the same. You set a goal, but you should have checkpoints along the way. You should make sure that you're making the progress and reevaluate. I'm not saying change. I didn't get onto a whole new trail. I just reevaluated the trail I was on and the progress I was making and see if I needed to make some slight changes. Maybe I needed to pick up the pace. Maybe I could slow it down and enjoy the scenery a little bit more because I had plenty of time to reach my goal within the time frame I'd set. Lots of analogies there, but the point is reevaluate sometimes. Check your progress. It's okay, but don't get on a new trail just because you're scared. Well, as you can see in the background, the weather has changed. I'd said it earlier that I kept hiking, and as you can see, the mountains have disappeared with the rain and some snow coming in. Just like that, 60s down to the 30s with drizzle and snow. Always be prepared. The markets have the same kind of effect, but it's short term. It'll pass. Tomorrow, sunshine and 75. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of snow drizzling on me. Not much, but just a touch. But the view, the serenity, the sounds, it's peaceful. I'm okay with this journey. The journey is definitely enjoyable and beautiful, just like the stock market. You got some bumps and some rough weather, but it passes. Well, just like your financial journey may be a little scary and have some valleys and some unpleasant times, it is definitely worth it when you get to your destination. Just take in those views. Financial success is the same thing. When you get there, it's worth the efforts. I appreciate you joining me on this journey today. If you've enjoyed the scenery and you're more into that than you're actually the financial aspect, I understand. I do appreciate you joining me here on Simply Money. But check out the link here. You can go to my son's YouTube channel, see some of the videos he's produced from his time out in the wilderness, his hikes, and some of the other things he's done. You can also follow him on Instagram. He's posted some amazing footage. He does 3, 4, 5 day solo trips by himself. He's always out in the woods, always in the wilderness, travels the country doing this type of stuff in his off season. If you enjoy the scenery and stuff, you'd probably enjoy his channel. Do a dad a favor, check out my boy's stuff. I appreciate it. Okay, for everybody watching, if you've been to national parks, which ones have you been to and what's your favorite? I've been to a ton of them. The Tetons are my favorite. I'm a little biased though because my son lives here and works here. So I'm a little biased there. I also love Yosemite, been to the Grand Canyon, Bryce, Zion. Love all the national parks. The Smokies, they all have something different and unique to offer. What's your favorite national park? Drop it in the comments below. Share it with the others. Tell us why it's your favorite. Or if you have a least favorite, why is that? I'm fortunate I live close to a national park. It's nothing spectacular like this. I enjoy the hikes and the beauty and the fresh air. But this is magnificent. If you're ready to climb your own financial mountain, don't wait. Subscribe to Simply Money and take your first step today. If you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified of future videos. And I hope you enjoyed the visuals. I'm going to leave a little trailer here at the end with some other hikes I've done out here in the beautiful Tetons. Enjoy, and I hope to see you next time on Simply Money.